Welcome to Bookish 24/7. I'm Tom. Let me ask you something. What if just talking in English, even a little, could change how you feel about yourself? What if your first broken sentence was the beginning of your best life? Today, I want to show you why speaking English, even simple English, can unlock something powerful inside you. No books, no grammar tests, just your voice. Are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Speaking is learning, not waiting. Let me tell you something many English learners believe, but it's not true. They think they must wait. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for better grammar. They wait for more vocabulary. They wait and wait and wait. But my friends, waiting is not learning. Waiting is hiding. And the truth is, that perfect moment, it never comes. The day when your English is perfect will never arrive. Why? Because English is not a test. It's not a final exam. It's a skill. And like any skill, cooking, swimming, driving, you learn by doing, not by waiting. When I started learning a new language, I waited too. I wanted to sound smart. I wanted to speak without mistakes. I told myself, not yet. I'll talk when I know more. But that waiting made me afraid, more afraid each day. And then one day I spoke. Just one sentence. Just 5 words. My voice was shaking. My heart was beating fast. My hands were cold. But I did it. I spoke, and I'll never forget the feeling after. A small smile came to my face. I felt proud. I felt alive. I felt like I had started something big, and I had. That's why I'm here today. To tell you, speaking is not the last step. It's the first. You don't need 1,000 words. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need your voice. 1 sentence a day. Even a broken one. Even a wrong one. That 1 sentence will teach you more than hours of silence. You'll learn from the mistakes. You'll learn from the courage. You'll learn from the experience of speaking. Because speaking is not the opposite of learning. It is learning. Let me ask you, have you ever thought a sentence in English, but stayed quiet? Maybe you wanted to say, "How are you?" but your tongue got tight. Maybe you wanted to answer in class or talk to a tourist, but fear stopped you. I want you to go back to that moment now. Picture it. Feel it. And now imagine this. You spoke. You said it. Maybe not perfect, but real. That moment becomes your teacher. That sentence becomes your tool. That mistake becomes your progress. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall, right? Many times. But do they stop? Number. They walk and fall. Walk and fall. And one day, they run. English is the same. You speak and make mistakes. Speak and make mistakes. And one day, you speak without fear. I'll tell you a secret. Even advanced speakers, even native speakers, make mistakes. Yes, everyone does. And they keep talking. That's the difference. They don't stop. So if you speak with small mistakes, that doesn't mean you are bad at English. It means you are learning. It means you are growing. And it means you are brave. Let me give you a small challenge. Today, say 1 sentence in English out loud. Just 1. To your phone, to your mirror, to a friend. It doesn't matter. Just speak. Don't wait for grammar. Don't wait for confidence. Speak, and confidence will follow. Because speaking is the seed, and confidence is the flower. And one more thing. Don't compare. Don't look at others and say, they are better than me. This is your journey, your voice, your English. Start where you are. Use what you have. Say what you can. Even if it's small, even if it's slow, say it. Because one word spoken is more powerful than 10 words remembered. That one word could change your life. You are not waiting for English anymore. You are speaking it. And that's how real learning begins. Chapter 2. Talking builds. Confidence, not just vocabulary. Let me ask you something. What builds confidence? Is it knowing all the grammar rules? Is it having a big English notebook filled with new words? Maybe those things help a little. But real confidence, deep, lasting confidence, comes from one thing: using your voice. That's right. Confidence is not something you wait for. It's something you build. Every sentence you speak is one brick in that wall of strength. When you speak English even a little, your brain starts to feel safe. It says, oh, this isn't so scary. The first time, maybe your voice shakes. Maybe your mouth feels dry. Maybe you want to hide. But the second time, it's a little easier. The third time, you feel a little stronger. And that's how it works. Not in one big moment, but in many small ones. Over time, you change. You grow. You begin to believe in yourself. You begin to feel at home inside the English language. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine walking into a cafe. You go to the counter. You look at the menu, and you say, "One coffee, please." That's it. 3 words. But in that moment, you did something powerful. You spoke. You used English in real life. Maybe your accent was strong. Maybe the words were slow. Maybe the barista smiled and said something fast that you didn't understand. It doesn't matter, because you did it. You used your voice, and your confidence just grew. Now picture another moment. You meet someone new. You smile and say, "Nice to meet you." Just 4 words. But again, you feel proud. You feel brave, because you didn't stay quiet. You spoke, and maybe, just maybe, they smiled back. Maybe they said something nice. Maybe they respected your effort. And that feeling, it stays with you. Let's make it even more real. Close your eyes and imagine this. Your phone rings. It's an unknown number. You pick it up. You hear someone speaking English. And instead of panic, you say, "Hello, can you speak slowly, please?" You ask a question. You say something real. You use your voice. And even if the conversation is hard, even if you only understand 50%, you feel something big. You feel proud. That's confidence. Not from a textbook, but from your own mouth. You see, confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Speaking comes first. And confidence follows. If you wait to feel confident before speaking, you may never speak. But if you speak first, your fear will shrink. Your belief will grow. You will discover that you are stronger than you think. Some learners think, I don't know enough words. I'll speak later. But guess what? The words come when you speak. They don't live in your notebook. They live in your conversations. You learn by doing, not by waiting. When you talk, you feel, you remember, you grow. Let me tell you a secret. Confidence is not a goal. It's a side effect. It happens naturally when you show up, when you try, when you speak, even badly, even slowly, even with mistakes. Each time you speak, your fear gets smaller. Each time you say something out loud, your brain relaxes a little. And after a while, you begin to smile while you speak. You begin to enjoy the rhythm. You begin to trust yourself. Not because you are perfect, but because you are brave. So please, don't wait for the big moment. Don't wait for the full sentence. Don't wait for the perfect word. Just talk. Say thank you. Say sorry. Say, I'm learning English. These small words, these small moments, will grow your confidence faster than any grammar book. Today, your challenge is simple. Say one English sentence out loud. Just one. Maybe at home, maybe in a shop, maybe in your mirror. And when you say it, listen to how you feel. That little spark inside you, that's confidence being born. And if you speak again tomorrow, and again the next day, that spark will grow into a light. And that light will guide you. You're not waiting for confidence anymore. You're building it, one sentence at a time. Chapter 3. The Magic of Making Mistakes. Out loud. Let me tell you something that will surprise you. Mistakes are not the enemy. In fact, mistakes are your friends. Yes, your friends. When you speak English and make a mistake, your brain is doing something amazing. It's learning, it's remembering, it's correcting itself. But if you stay silent, nothing happens. No growth, no learning, no change. That's why I say this again and again. Make mistakes. Out loud. Every day. Think about how children learn to speak. Do they wait until they know all the grammar? Do they say, I need more vocabulary before I talk? Number. They just speak. They say funny things, wrong things, simple things. They say, he go to school. And do they feel bad? Number. They laugh. They repeat. They try again. And slowly, over time, they get better. They don't study mistakes. They live them. They speak them. And their brain learns the pattern. Now let me give you an example. Many beginners say, she don't like pizza. That's a common mistake. But here's what happens when you say it out loud. Someone might correct you, or maybe you'll hear the correct version in a video later. She doesn't like pizza. And in that moment, your brain wakes up. Oh, that sounds different. You remember it better. Why? Because the mistake was real. It came from your voice. It had feeling. And that feeling helps the brain change. Let me share something personal. A few years ago, I was trying to speak a new language, Spanish. I wanted to say, I'm embarrassed. But instead I said, estoy embarazada. Now if you speak Spanish, you know that means I'm pregnant. Everyone laughed. I was red in the face. But you know what? I never forgot that moment. I never made that mistake again. Why? because I made it out loud, because someone smiled and corrected me gently. And now I smile when I remember it. That's the magic of mistakes. They create emotion. They create memory. They create learning. So please, don't hide from them. Don't say, "I'll speak when I'm perfect." Say something now. Make it messy. Make it wrong. Let the mistake happen. Because when you speak, even with mistakes, you are doing real practice. You are training your brain. You are learning the real way. I want you to feel safe here. Safe to speak. Safe to try. Safe to be imperfect. Because that's how all of us learn. Even me. Even now. I make mistakes in English too, my own language. And when I do, I laugh. I correct it. I move on. That's life. That's learning. That's growth. Let's do a little practice together. I'll say a wrong sentence. You repeat it. Then we'll fix it. Okay? Say this. He go to school. Good. Now listen and repeat. He goes to school. Do you feel that shift? That correction? That's learning. And it only works because you spoke the mistake first. Now say, I can to swim. Now fix it with me. I can swim. Again, do you feel it? That's not just grammar. That's experience. Your brain is smart. It wants to learn. But it needs your voice. Not your silence. It needs action, not fear. And it needs mistakes. Lots of them. Every day. So from today, I want you to say this to yourself. Mistakes are not bad. They are my teachers. Say it out loud. My mistakes are my teachers. Good. Remember that. Live by that. And here's your challenge. Try to say one sentence in English today, even if you think it's wrong, especially if you think it's wrong. Say it, hear it, and see what happens. Maybe someone corrects you. Maybe you correct yourself later. But either way, you learn. And that's what matters. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be present. You need to be active. You need to be speaking. Because real improvement comes from real speaking. And silence teaches nothing. So go ahead. Speak. Make a mistake. And smile when you do. You're growing. Chapter 4. Speaking opens doors in real life. Let me ask you this. Why do we learn English? Is it just for tests? For grammar rules? For vocabulary lists? Number. We learn English to live better, to connect, to work, to travel, to help, to make life richer. And that happens when you speak, not when you stay quiet, not when you keep English inside your head, but when you use it in the real world. Because English is not just a subject, it's a tool for opportunity. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you are walking down the street. A tourist stops you. They look confused. They ask, "Excuse me, where is the train station?" And you answer, "Go straight and turn left." That's it. Just a short answer. But that small moment means something big. You helped someone. You felt useful. You connected. That's what English does. It builds tiny bridges between people. And those bridges lead to confidence, joy, and sometimes something unexpected. One of my students, her name is Amina, was afraid to speak English. For months, she said nothing. She only listened. But one day, at work, A visitor came from another country. No one else was around. He asked for help in English, and Amina spoke. Just a few simple words. "Please wait here. I will call someone." The man smiled and thanked her, and later her boss told her, "You did great." That one small sentence changed everything. After that, Amina felt different. She felt capable. She felt brave. She started speaking more. And later, she got promoted because of one moment of courage. One English sentence. This is why I say speaking opens doors, not just in your mind, in real life. When you speak English, you can apply for a better job. You can answer interview questions. You can write an email. You can meet clients. You can travel without fear. You can study in another country or talk to someone new in your own city. These are not small things. These are real things, life-changing things. Let's talk about friendship. Have you ever seen someone sitting alone, maybe in your class or at a cafe? You want to say hello, but you feel shy. Now imagine if you said, "Hi, how are you?" Maybe that's all it takes. Maybe they smile. Maybe they talk. Maybe you just made a new friend. English is not just a key for career or travel. It's a key for kindness, for connection, for real human moments. And here's something important. People don't remember your grammar. They remember your courage, your smile, your heart. I've seen people say the wrong word, mix up tenses, speak slowly, but still make someone laugh or help someone feel safe or get the job. Why? Because they spoke, because they tried, because their voice was real. Let me tell you another short story. There was a young man named Fahad. He worked in a shop. One day, an English-speaking customer came in. Fahad didn't know many words, but he tried. He said, "Hello, how can I help you?" And slowly, with gestures and simple phrases, he helped the man find what he needed. That customer later told the shop owner, "Your staff is very helpful. I'll come back." And guess what? The owner noticed Fahad. Later, he asked him to help more English-speaking customers. Fahad started learning more, started speaking more, and now he teaches new workers how to talk to foreign customers. All because of that one simple sentence. How can I help you? This is the power of spoken English. Every sentence you say is a key that might open a door. You don't know which door, but it will be a good one. So don't lock your English inside your head. Let it out. Use it in the shop, at work, on a walk, in class, even with yourself. Say things like, "I'm ready. I can do it. Can I help you?" These are simple words, but they lead to real-life rewards. So, here's your challenge today. Say one sentence in English in real life. It could be in a shop, to a coworker, to a stranger. Don't plan too much. Just use what you know. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on connection. Because the world doesn't reward silence. It rewards effort. It rewards courage. And it remembers kindness. You don't need perfect grammar to change your life. Just one small sentence can open a big door. Chapter 5. When you speak, you remember more. Let me tell you something interesting about your brain. It's not just listening. It's not just reading. It's waiting for something more, something active, something real. That something is speaking. Yes. When you speak English out loud, your brain wakes up in a special way. It connects the sound of the word, the meaning of the word, and the feeling inside you when you say it. And when all three come together, sound, meaning, feeling, that's when the word stays in your memory. That's when learning becomes real. Let me give you an example. Imagine you hear the phrase, "Nice to meet you." You read it in a book, then you close the book. A few minutes later, you forget it. Why? Because it was quiet. It was passive. You didn't do anything with it. But now imagine this. You hear someone say it. You say it back. "Nice to meet you." You smile when you say it. You feel a little nervous, a little excited. You connect that phrase with a real person, a real moment. That phrase now lives in your memory. Why? Because you said it. Your voice made it real. That's the secret. You remember what you use, not just what you study. Your brain doesn't care about long lists of words. It cares about action. And when you speak, even just a little, your brain says, "Ah, this word matters. Let's keep it." That's why we say, use it or lose it. And speaking is how you use it. Let's try something right now. Say this with me. "I'm ready." Good. Now again, "I'm ready." One more time. "I'm ready." Now pause. Think. How do you feel? Stronger, braver? You just used 3 simple words. But because you said them out loud, they now live deeper inside you. They are not just text. They are part of your voice. And that's how your memory grows. Many learners think writing is enough. They write notes, vocabulary lists, translations. But after a few days, they forget. Why? Because they never spoke the words. The mouth helps the mind remember. When your lips move, your tongue moves. Your ears hear your voice. It's like planting a seed in your brain. A real seed. And every time you speak the word again, you water that seed. You give it life. Here's another example. You learn the phrase, "How's it going?" You read it, you understand it, but if you never say it, you'll forget it. Now try saying it. "How's it going?" Again. "How's it going?" Great. Now imagine using it tomorrow with a friend or even your phone. You say it, hear it, feel it, and that moment will help you remember forever. Let's imagine a powerful scene together. You learn a new phrase. "Let me think." You like it. You say it out loud. Later that day, someone asks you a question. You pause and say, "Let me think." Suddenly, your brain lights up. "Yes, I know this. I said this before." You smile. You feel good. And now, that phrase is yours. It's not just a lesson. It's part of your life. This is why speaking is not just practice. It's memory training. Every time you speak, your brain is building new roads, new patterns, and those roads become faster and smoother each time you use them. So if you want to remember more English, don't just write, don't just listen, speak. Say the word, say the phrase, feel the rhythm, feel the meaning. Here's your small challenge today. Pick one new phrase, just one, maybe from this video, maybe from a book, and say it 5 times out loud, not in your mind, with your voice. Say it with feeling. Say it with energy. Say it like it matters. Because it does. That small action, just 5 sentences, can make a big difference in your memory. You don't need to memorize 100 words. You need to speak 5 words with power. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's how you remember. So don't keep the English inside. Let it out. Speak it. Hear it. Feel it. Because when your voice meets the word, your memory says, yes, I'll keep that. Chapter 6. Your voice is your power. Use it now. Let me bring it all together now. Everything we've talked about, confidence, mistakes, memory, real life, leads to one powerful truth. Your voice matters. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now, today. Because the only way to speak English is to speak. No secret trick, no perfect moment, just your voice. One sentence, one step. That's all it takes to begin something big. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need fancy vocabulary. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to be brave. You need to open your mouth and let your English out. Even if it's slow, even if it's broken, even if it's just one word. That one word can change everything. Imagine this. You walk into your job. Someone asks you, "How was your weekend?" And you smile and say, "It was good. I watched a movie." That's it. Simple. But now you've started a conversation. You've built a connection. And most importantly, you've used your voice. Now imagine you're with a friend. They switch to English. You want to stay in your language. But you don't. You try. You say, "Let's speak in English today." That one choice makes you stronger, makes your friendship grow, makes your English grow. Now imagine you're traveling. You're in a new city. You need directions. You stop a stranger and say, "Excuse me, where is the bus station?" They answer. You understand. You feel proud because you didn't freeze. You didn't stay silent. You spoke. And that moment stays in your heart forever. Your voice is your power. It's not just for words. It's for connection, for action, for growth. And your English voice? It's already inside you. It just wants to come out. Don't wait to feel ready. No one ever feels completely ready. But those who speak anyway, they grow, they change, they shine. You are not waiting for English. You are not preparing for some test. You are already on the path. Every video you watch, every sentence you repeat, every small conversation you try. This is your practice. This is your journey. So here's what I want you to do. Today, yes, today, speak one sentence out loud. It could be to your mirror, to a friend, to a stranger, to your phone. I don't care who. Just speak. Even if your hands shake, even if your voice is soft, just speak. Because that first sentence, it's like opening a door. And behind that door is your future. I believe in you. Not because your English is perfect, but because your heart is strong. You're here, you're learning, you're growing. And now, it's time to speak. Say it with me. I can speak English. Say it again. I can speak English. One more time, louder. I can speak English. Yes, you can. Your voice is ready. The world is ready. All that's left is to use it. If this video made you feel something, if even one chapter made you smile, think, or dream in English, please do 4 simple things. Like this video. Comment below and tell me, what's one English sentence you want to say today? Subscribe to Bookish 24/7 for more simple, warm lessons. Share this video with a friend who wants to speak but feels afraid. And remember, you don't need perfect words. You just need a real voice. Use it. Speak it. Let it grow. Because your English is not waiting in books. It's waiting in your voice. And the world is ready to hear it.